I cried during the Wuthering Waves 3.1 story quest, which is kind of surprising for me personally because I haven't really teared up ever since Xenoblade Chronicles 3 and Kiana's graduation from Honkai Impact 3rd. So I am going to be telling you, the viewer, why Wuthering Waves 3.1 is objectively the best story quest yet, and arguably a 10 out of 10. Let's get started. So yeah, now that I have that part of the video done, I do want to start off this video with a preface, right? So basically, I'm going to be exploring this one from an academic lens, right? From a literature kind of way. I'm going to be exploring the themes, I'm going to be exploring the sub-themes, the storytelling, the emotions, the stakes, literally every single thing in 3.1. Something that I believe will bring justice to my emotions and to my thoughts for this story quest, and which I believe also will bring justice to your emotions and also to your thoughts on this story quest. So, to start off this introduction, Wuthering Waves 3.1 story quest is a drama, and it also is a tragedy at its core. But what is a drama and what is a tragedy? Let me explain. In the year 335 BC, a Greek philosopher by the name of Aristotle published his treatise Poetics, which, in it, was the most influential theory on literature. Now, what is drama? Well, we're going to be needing to go back to the root word of what it originates from, which is dran, or to do, or to act. Which means that dramas are basically stories that are mostly kind of played out and not just told, in a storytelling sense, that is. And for dramas, Aristotle argued the sole purpose of a drama is to evoke feelings of pity, fear, resulting in a catharsis, which is basically a purging or cleansing of emotions. Now, Aristotle here categorized drama into two different genres, tragedy and comedy. In the context of ancient Greece, comedy is mostly a story, it's mostly a narrative or a play specifically where the main character has a happy ending. And in this case, the main character is someone of low standing, like, who knows, a peasant, a poor person, or maybe even a farmer, anyone of low standing at all. A tragedy is the complete opposite of a comedy, where in this case, the main character is a knight, or a king, or a noble, anyone of high standing, compared to a comedy where the main character is of low standing. And in this case, the main character has a bad ending because of a fatal flaw, which in this case is referred to as the hamartia, or the hamartia, whatever you want. It's been such a long time, I forgot how to pronounce this term. If someone were to ask me to give an example of what a drama is, I would think about Hamlet, Macbeth, Death of a Salesman, Romeo and Juliet, A Midsummer Night's Dream. Those kinds of works by very popular people like William Shakespeare and Arthur Miller are all dramas. So, now that you know what a tragedy is, what a comedy is, and what a drama is, you'll finally be able to understand and follow along with what I have to say in this video. And now that we've finally established that, now you're probably going to be asking me, but hey, why is that? Or how is that? Well then, it is time to kind of explain the entire theme of the story of Wuthering Waves, which is really centered around tragic heroism. Here's my favorite part of the story that perfectly illustrates this notion of tragic heroism. It goes as follows. Once upon a time, there was a black cat who set out to save the world.
Why? Because everyone told the cat it was a savior. The cat didn't get it. When it opened its big golden eyes, it was just stuck in this tiny cardboard box. And inside that tiny box, it was crammed full of even tinier little creatures. The cat was shocked. It had to tiptoe around, careful not to step on anyone. These tiny creatures, even living in their tiny box, had so much misery, so many disasters, constantly just waiting for the other shoe to drop. Please save us, they begged the cat. And of course, the cat agreed. Even if if they hadn't asked, the cat would have helped anyway, because that's who the cat believed it was, a savior. And so the cat took up its sword, always fighting, always talking, always roving. Saving the world over and over. Until one day, it realized the cardboard box had been sealed shut. Isn't that kind of laughable? Where's your sense of humor? Isn't it absurd? The sheer ridiculousness of everyone ignoring the fact that it's just a cat. But in such a laughable story, somehow everyone else gets to be happy. The ones who relied on the cat, the ones who hated the cat, they all got exactly what they wanted. But what about the cat? It wants to go home, but no one remembers. The box is sealed shut, and the ones who put the cat in there have already turned their backs on it. Even the cat itself has forgotten.
So, in this very short story, let us establish a few things. The black cat with the golden eyes is the hero of this story, and his little cardboard box is what I could interpret as his home. There was a line that says, when he first opened his eyes, he found that he was blah 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 blah. That one right there, I can totally interpret it as that being his birth home specifically. Now, this black cat, he had a duty, or self-imposed duty that is, to save the world and to save everyone, to be a hero. Now, why this one matters? This is very, very tragic in a way. Once you start progressing through the rest of that short story, it goes, he keeps on saving the world again and again and again, until soon enough, he realizes that the cardboard box is now sealed tight shut. No longer open to the black cat with the golden eyes. He has been given a mission to save the world, to save his homeland or whatever it is, the little critters inside the cardboard box that have begged him to save them. And what he gets in return, he is shut out for good from his own home. Now, well, of course, we all know who this is referring to. It is a rover, but I would like to start putting in a little bit of that symbolism right there, right? Apart from the black cat being symbolistic of the rover, it is also symbolistic of something else. Culturally, black cats with golden eyes signify luck, prosperity, and wisdom as well. Something that I do want to come back to very, very, very soon. Keep these three things in mind. Keep the symbolism of the black cat with golden eyes in mind. This symbolic meaning gets pretty tragic when you think about it. The black cat is not able to go back to its home, nor is able to save the world, even though it has a wisdom, the luck, the prosperity, or it being the hero is not able to do those things at all. Not at all. The black cat here is the supposed hero of this story, right? It is sort of being capable of everything. It was put on this pedestal by everyone that, you are the hero. You are going to save the world. Well, no, in the end, that is not what happened. You see, the black cat is just a cat, as Amos said. And people weren't able to see the cat as it truly was, just a cat. The black cat, or in this case, the rover, is not able to truly save the world, nor is able to go back to his homeland. And not only that, he has a fatal flaw, the hamartia, or the hamartia. It is that he is only but a human. While the black cat is only a cat, Rover is just a human. that it is fatal flaw. He's not only just a human, he believes that he himself is somewhat of a hero as well. He believes that he needs to go there to save people. He needs to be there for civilizations, right? And these two aspects of Rover, the eagerness to go and then implicate himself into a civilization's conflicts, and also just being a human, that is a hamartia right there. That is fatal flaw in this tragedy. Now, I really want to move forward from this short story, and I do really want to talk about the next sub-theme of the 3.1 story, which is the parent to daughter dynamic, right? Or in this case, really, it's a parent to adoptive daughter kind of family dynamic. Now, as we go through the story, we explore just how Ameth and Rover's kind of relationship is kind of meddled out in a way. We basically see how, you know, Ameth, for example, she lost her prior parents at a very early age, and during that time, she found Rover. After that, Rover decided to adopt Ameth, and that is how the current parent to daughter relationship basically just started in a way. Ameth starts to acquire the values and characteristics of Rover, as well as any child basically, and in this case it was the values of saving people, saving the world, and also kind of being a hero in a way. And due to Rover being somewhat of a tragic hero, it kind of circles back to the notion of how the entire story quest is basically a tragedy. Ameth is now technically a tragic hero as well, due to the values that Rover holds, that now she holds as well. The fatal flaw of Rover is now also a fatal flaw of Ameth as well. The hamartia. This right, you see how this is going? You see that this is how it's going? It is very beautiful, very tragic narrative. The parent and the adoptive daughter as well adopt the core values of being a hero, right? They both technically become a cat from the cardboard box. Now, they both have a fatal flaw. Rover being just a human and also trying to be a savior, and Ameth being the savior, and as we saw during the 3.1 quests, the intricate need to save people in LahaiRoi. Now, I want to go back to the sub-theme of family, of the family dynamic that Wuthering Waves 3.1 has going on. In all of us, in every one and single human being, we have this primal instinct, this primal need for family. It is somewhat of like a foundational building block. It is biologically rooted in us. It evolved with us. It helps with survival, with emotional stability, and also continuation of us as a species. And such loss of a big part of us human beings, it can evoke a sense of despair and a sense of heavy loss. And that is what Kuro Games did magnificently in 3.1 Story Quest. Because we as humans, even though we never actually experience that sense of loss, this foundational part of us allows us to kind of experience, to kind of relate to a loss that even we have never ever experienced in our lives. And that is why during the climax of 3.1 Story Quest, we, the players, have most likely, have almost guaranteed been crying bucket loads of tears, especially during the time we lost Ameth. It is so interesting, like, bear with me for a moment because I might be a bit mixed up here, like my way of telling these things might start going in different tangents, so please bear with me. So, but I'm gonna start talking a little bit about the significance of this one, apart from, like, you know, obvious things like, oh, the Mobius strip, oh, the infinity loop and all that, the paradoxes, for example, right? Oh, no, that is going to be something that I'll leave it to other content creators to talk about. I don't want to talk about those. I am going to be just talking about all of this from a literary perspective, right? There's a huge portion of 3.1 that's just basically talking about times that have already gone past. In this context, you have Rover during his many previous memory wipes. We have the Court of Savante, for example. We have Ameth as a child, then in her academy days, then as a synchronous before fighting the Threnodian, then after fighting the Threnodian, and then rinse and repeat during a loop, an infinity loop. All of this stuff, it really is how to say, a very nice touch to the narrative that is being like how do you say this raconté genre par Kuro, like basically being told by Kuro Games. Yes, there you go, the narrative being told by Kuro Games, right? Now this sub-theme of the past intrinsically ties a knot with the other sub-theme that is the family dynamic, and it kind of starts, you know, starts supporting the main theme of this story quest, which was of tragic heroism in a way, right? Where here the Rover, despite numerous like resets, continues to be the hero that it is, trying to save the world, trying to save humanity, possibly in a way, but never being able to go back to his homes. And we still don't know the sacrifices that was done in every one of those resets as the hero of the story. Now, once you really get a full picture of the struggles that Rover has gone through, the short story from Ameth about the black cat in a black box, it really starts to make sense, right? It totally starts to make sense. And not only that, the possible despair from having known, like previous reset, you might have failed time and time again. It just keeps on repeating and repeating from past, from the long past up until now. It is somewhat sad. And all of this like narrative starts to build up until the climax of Wuthering Waves 3.1. This despair is not only felt by only Rover, but you as a viewer as well, as a player, as most possibly maybe a self-insert to the Rover as well. What the Rover feels, you start to feel as well. The despair of having reset it so many times, but just not being able to save the world as intended. Because you are not just a hero, you are just a cat. You are only just a black cat. Or in this case, a human being. Now, from my very own analysis of this story, from an academic lens, and from a, you know, literature kind of way, I conclude really that this Wuthering Waves story is a literary masterpiece. It is such an amazingly well-built story with an honest to God, very good structure to the story. It is something that, how to say, it just tingles my heart a little bit in a very bittersweet way. It was able to evoke such strong emotions about family, about loss, about despair, sadness. We, the players, and by extension, we, the Rovers, are stuck in this dramatic play, in a tragedy. And as tragic heroes, while we are nothing more than just a black cat, we are not a hero, just a black cat. Hello guys, if you have watched this far, thank you so much for watching. This is actually like, how to say, not even a rare time. This is actually the first time that I decided to do a story review, and I don't think I'll ever do this again unless there's popular demand or something, or like, I don't know if this video does well. I honestly don't know if this one will have the engagement that it needs, but to all of you folks that have watched this far and have basically just listened to me yap for about 20 minutes or so, thank you very much for watching all the way, and I appreciate you. Oh yeah, by the way, if you want to see more videos from me specifically, feel free to like and comment and also subscribe. I have made a couple of Wuthering Waves videos already. I am the creator of WoA National Geographic videos. Pretty damn good stuff. Check my channel out for those ones. I am making a new WoA National Geographic video after a long time of just throwing one of my work in progress videos in the trash. But yeah, I'm gonna revive that one as well. I did do those speedrun videos as well. I did do a bunch of those casual videos as well. But yeah, basically, I'm just someone that really enjoys Wuthering Waves, generally speaking. And, well, by extension, other games, but I don't really cover it on this channel, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, thank you for stopping by, and see you in the next video, which is guaranteed to be a National Geographic video. Peace out.